Okay, well, welcome back as we continue our kickoff press conference. Our second national finalist, represented here on the dais by head coach Colby Carthel, senior quarterback, and 2017 Harlan Hill Trophy winner Luis Perez, junior linebacker Brooks Sadhoff, are the Texas A&M Commerce Lions. The number 5 seed from Super Region 4, the Lions are 13-1 on the season and making their 6th appearance in the Division II playoff. The 8th-ranked team in the AFCA poll has never advanced past the quarterfinal round in their previous 5 appearances until this year. The Lions are number 2 in the nation in passing offense at 350 yards per game and are stingy in the red zone, ranking number 8 nationally in red zone defense. Coach Carthel, congratulations to you, your student athletes, and staff. Please make a few comments about your team and your thoughts on facing West Florida on Saturday.
Thank you. Just really thrilled to be here and appreciate the great hospitality. And y'all obviously have done this before. We haven't, but it's obvious you guys have because y'all have treated us great here in Kansas City, and it's a first-class event, and we're tickled to death to be here. But it's been a fun run for us, just not only this postseason, but within this program and where we started, just under 5 years ago. When we took the program over and, tried to change the culture and got things going a little bit there in Commerce, Texas, and started winning some football games. And then we're able to win 3 straight conference titles and then kind of reset our goals, trying to take it to the top in terms of the national stage. Never promised anybody a national championship, but, started saying we want to be competing for them, be one of those top 3 or 4 teams in the country year in, year out. And so it's been very rewarding to see that come to fruition. Really excited for these student athletes and all their success, and in particular this senior class, because several of those were part of that first signing class that we signed in 8 days. 36 student athletes, and some of those that redshirted are now leaving here as all-time most successful senior class in school history and have a chance to compete for a national championship on Saturday night. So really tickled to be here. Going to take it all in and enjoy the moment, and then hopefully put on a good show and compete and see what we can do on Saturday night at 5 o'clock.
All right, Luis, earlier today you were named the Harlan Hill Trophy winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just talk about that and maybe some of the the things that have surrounded that experience leading up to a championship game.
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling. That's something that you dream about. But like I was telling them earlier, this is not about an individual award. That award is won because of coaches, players around me, and supporting cast, family, just everything all around. And it's just an excited feeling that on top of that, I get to play for a national championship.
And Brooks, they say, defense wins championships. What do you and the rest of the Lions defense need to do to try and contain the West Florida offense?
Well, we just need to focus on ourselves, which is what we've been doing all year. We just need to keep having faith, just keep believing in each other, and that's what we're going to do.
All right, we'll open up the floor to questions now. If you could, just ask for the microphone and then state your name, your affiliation, and ask your question.
Coach, Steve Nissom, WEAR Pensacola. From your perspective, looking at UWF being just a second-year program, how impressive, how surprising is that to you that they could make it to this stage?
Well, it is very impressive. I was just talking with Coach Shinnick and what they've done in the very short time. Only 2 years of actually playing, but putting a staff together and starting recruiting, it's impressive. And was kind of teasing with them. We kind of done the same thing. We didn't start from scratch, but we took over the program that we did and had to kind of build from the ground up. So kind of 2 similar paths to be here. And I don't know that we're one of the top 2 programs in the country, and I don't know that they are either, but we're the 2 teams that are playing the best football right now. And that's what's awesome about Division II. You have a true playoff and a true champion at the end of the season. And so I think it's very impressive, to answer your question, very, very impressive what they've done. And I think they'll be here again in the future. I think their future is very, very bright in terms of their program. You look over their roster, a lot of young guys, and so this is going to be a great experience for them, win or lose, and I think really build on to their future success for that program.
You obviously have a great quarterback in Luis. From your perspective, what's been so special about what he's done for you and this team?
Oh, baby. I'm supposed to say nice things about him, and the cameras are rolling, so I will. But no, he's just a winner in every sense of the word. And on the field and off, he's a great husband. He's a great student. He's a great person. He's a great Christian. He's just a winner in everything he does. He's a very skilled athlete, and if we play a lot of pool together. We got a pool table just outside my office, and I'm not going to admit how many games we've played this season, but it's several hundred. When he first got there, he was not very good at pool. I used to school him pretty good. But just like anything, just like football, I know everything's been made of his story, how he didn't play high school football. He's a bowler. But he had a vision and a dream to play football, and he learned it, and he perfected it, and he's the best in the country now at it. And you saw it happen, the same thing in pool. He was not very good. He'd watch YouTube videos and practice and play and talk to me. And now I can't hardly make a ball for. He's already trained the eight ball. So he's a special guy, but just a winner and just fun to be around. He makes everybody in the room better, whether you're playing pool, playing dominoes, or the great game of football.
Luis, UWF's defense has really come on strong as the season's kind of gone on. Looking at them on film, what jumps out at you about them, and what challenges do you feel like they present for you?
Well, number one, they're very athletic. Very long and athletic, and they move around a lot, and they have high motors. So that's scary for an offense, just because they're all over the place. But I mean, like Coach was talking about, I mean, for that program to be where they are now and to recruit that many good players, I mean, it's amazing.
And Brooks, for you, looking at their offense, their running game has kind of gotten better later in the year as well, but they've been able to throw it still effectively. What's most dangerous looking to you when you try to prepare for them?
The most dangerous thing would probably be that they're feeling confident right now, and a confident offense is a very dangerous offense. So we're just gonna really have to try to focus on ourselves and just do what we know how to do, and I think we'll be all right.
Ricky Moser for the East Texan from A&M Commerce. Coach, you and West Florida have a common opponent this year in North Alabama. You beat them by 1, but West Florida won by 23. Does that give you any cause for concern?
Did you have to tell everybody that? I hope West Florida reads that and dreams about that Friday night and thinks it's just going to be a cakewalk. But everybody does and looks at common opponents, but that's the thing about football. That ball's oblong and it bounces different every time it hits the turf. And we played those guys at different times of the year, and we're a different team than we were that first week, and they're a different team than the week they played them. And that's one thing Brooks kind of hit on that is dangerous about West Florida is you go back and you watch them through the year. They have gotten better each and every week, and that's the development of their program, only obviously being their second year playing football, but each and every week they've gotten better, and the ground game that you talked about has gotten better and better, and so they're playing with a lot of confidence. But I think we could both line up tomorrow and play North Al again, and you'd see two totally different scores. And I'm not sure that either one of us would win. You just never do know with this game. But North Al is a really good program, and that was a big win for us. We knew it was when we walked off the field that Friday night, 8-7. We don't win that ball game, we're not in the playoffs, and we didn't even get in. Super Region 4 was really stacked. So it'll be interesting to see. But I think it's just two really good programs, and it'll be fun to tee it up on Saturday night.
And then for you, Luis, have you had a chance to address the team, especially maybe the offense, since getting the award?
Yeah, when it was announced, I stood up and I just told them, this is not an individual award. This is an award for the whole team. Without the center, I can't get the ball. I can't throw it. Without the receivers catching it, without the linemen blocking, all that, I don't get this award. So, I did address it.
We surprised him. We had a graduation ceremony. He's graduating Saturday, but he's not going to be there to walk. So we had a graduation ceremony scheduled today for 11:45, and all our 13 graduates were there thinking they were going to get their diploma, and then we threw it up on the big screen, and Luis's name, Harlan Hill, trophy winner. So that was a pretty neat moment for our program and all our players, and a lot of fun.
Brandon Meisner at e2football.com. Luis, I heard a rumor that you drove up for the championship game last year. Is that true? And if so, why did you do that?
Yes, it's true. I did. So, me and my wife I lost a bet to my wife. And then, so to make this long story short, I had to wash dishes for 2 weeks. Okay. and wash my clothes and wash her clothes for 2 weeks to be able to come to this game. So I came up here. It was snowing. It was -9 degrees. I don't even know what that felt like. But I mean, from being from California. But yeah, I did come up here, and the reason why was because I felt like this team this year was going to make it, and I dreamed big, a lot, and I felt like that wasn't a long shot at all, just from with the coaches and the players, and so that's one of the reasons why I came.
A lot of UNA fans were stranded along the way. Was that the worst conditions that you'd ever driven in?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, it was rough.
It makes you feel.
It wasn't that bad on that side of the state. It wasn't that bad.
It makes you feel like you're not doing your job as a head football coach. I had a Christmas party I went to the same day that game was going on, and I'm thinking my senior-to-be quarterback who has no money is married, driving across, 9 hours the wrong way. Kansas City is not on the way to San Diego for Christmas break, but he just said he wanted to be here, so it's not new. When we get here next year, Coach, I'm like, man, you got more confidence than I do, But that's what I was saying earlier. That's the type of person this guy is, and don't ever doubt him because he's going to be very, very successful in everything he does in life.
Obviously West Florida's so surprised to be here in their second year, but you've only been there 4 years. Is your timetable a little bit faster than you imagined getting here?
Well, yes and no, but when we took that program over, we said we were going to turn the Lone Star Conference upside down and be the dominant power, and we were able to have that first winning season, and then we rattled off 3 straight conference championships. And as a staff and as a program, we kind of reset our goals and said, okay, we've established ourselves there. We want to take this thing to the top. That's been our slogan the past couple of years. Again, want to be a national power, and it's also kind of falls right in line with a program you're very comfortable and familiar with, Northwest Missouri, and Coach Churchman and what he did back in the mid-'90s. That's when I was a player, and so we're very fortunate to be where we are right now, and I think it's just the tip of the iceberg. I think our program's at a place that it's going to be for a while, and we plan on being successful. And again, we're never going to promise anybody any national championships, but I think you'll see us year in, year out continue to be a national power.
Coach Charlie Chitwood with KETR back in Commerce. Brooks, talk a little bit about the defense, and all season long, every team's different, but you have to prepare against the Lion offense to get ready in live drills.
Well, that's a very big advantage for us, getting to go against Luis and this great Lion offense every week. That really helps us, prepare for anybody with how good they are. So that's a big advantage for us. But throughout the year, we've just tried to get better every single week on defense, and the staff does a great job for us. Coach Deason does a great job, and we just try to keep playing for each other and for God, and it's been working, and we just keep playing together, and now we're here. So
same thing on offense, Luis?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was going to say that. I didn't even think you were going to ask me the question. But shoot, going against that defense, stingy defense, man, it's definitely got us a lot better. So I think definitely fortunate to have them.
Coach, a little bit for you personally, this is your 5th year in A&M Commerce. You've been to the postseason, either a bowl game or the playoffs in each of those. The previous 7 years, you had the same postseason run where you were the defensive coordinator at West Texas working for your dad. Now you're the boss. We see your father on Saturdays, of course, but this has got to mean something special to you. You only got as far as the semifinals at West Texas.
It really is neat and special, and it's awesome for these kids, and just when we were able to win the regional championship up there at Mankato, and a lot of the similarities with our 2012 run, but to be able to come back and play at home last week against a very good Harding team, and the fans showed out the way they did, well over 10,000 people, standing room only. That was really special for these guys, and to see them get so fired up and to be able to enjoy that moment at home and go out and play as well as they did against a very quality ball club and pull out the victory, to punch his ticket to Kansas City. And, I played at Angelo State, and we made the playoffs back in the day. I've still got a shirt that says Road to Florence, in 1997. That was a long time ago. And never made it to Florence till this year. And I was like, looking around, I was like, man, this is what it's like at a national championship venue. So as a coach personally, you bet this is a dream come true just to be on this stage. And but it's so much more rewarding for the players, because that's the reason you do coach. It's not for your own individual accolades or paycheck or anything like that. You coach to see these guys do great things in life and also on the football field. And so we're really enjoying that part of this process, to see these guys be rewarded for all their hard work and what they've done and the sacrifices that they've made, because playing football in Division II is about sacrifice, and their sacrifice is made year-round by every one of the players, by the best one in the country to the walk-on scout team guy that's just headed home for finals there in Commerce, Texas. It's a sacrifice for everybody on that team, and so this pinnacle of success is very rewarding to see for all those guys that make those sacrifices.
Okay, we got time for about one or two more questions.
Brooks, I'll give you a chance to speak. You haven't had much to say, but I'm going to ask you, look at West Florida and their offense. You mentioned that they're very confident teams, a very dangerous team. What else do you see from them that makes them so good, and what's the priority come Saturday to stop them?
Well, another thing about them that makes them so good is their ability to throw and run the ball very well, So they do a great job of, dividing it out, It's hard to get a beat on them, and so that's going to make it difficult, but we're up for the challenge, and we're excited about it. So.
And then, Coach, the message all year to the team has been to the top. Everyone at Commerce has changed their Facebook photos with that filter. What else is going to be the message to the team on Saturday?
Well, we've had a word of the week each week, and here recently it was earn it, to beat Tarleton and get in the playoffs. Got to be tough to play up in Winona in the cold of Minnesota, and then it was going out to Central Washington, find a way to prevail, and we were able to do that. Somebody's 4 interceptions, and and then it was team up, go up there and be the best team in Mankato, and we're able to do that, beat the #1 team in the country. And then this past week it was all in. Let's be all in, all from the top to the bottom. Let's be all in and give it our all in the classroom, the weight room, and to get there. And so, that was the big, Coach, what is it this way? The overall underlying message throughout our program the past 2 years is to the top. Take this thing to the top. And that's where we are. But that slogan has a double meaning, and we want to bring glory to the top, to our Lord and Savior, who makes everything possible and has blessed us with the talents as coaches, as players, as trainers, administrators. And so we hope that our play, brings glory to him, because he's the one who's made it all possible.
You mentioned venue previously. What do you think of this place?
I'm excited to be out there. It was really, really awesome to walk out there with the lights off and just those marquee boards going and see my phone wouldn't take the picture because it was too bright, I guess. But that was pretty special. I'm anxious for our players to see it here in a little bit, and then walk through will be fun, and then walking out there Saturday for the real deal is going to be a moment we won't soon forget. So hopefully we show up and we can play football so we can have some fun memories of it as well.
All right, well, that's going to conclude today's kickoff press conference with Texas A&M Commerce. If you'd like some one-on-one interviews, get with Sports Information Director Josh Mank, and he'll take that for one-on-ones. And thank everyone for coming out today to Children's Mercy Park, and we look forward to seeing everyone back out here on Saturday at 5 p.m. as we crown the 2017 NCAA Division II Football National Champion.
Appreciate it. Go Lions.
Thank you.